We won some games too.
Hey, Coach, I'm going to have to call you back. But before this is the 220 quarterback club luncheon, and I'm going to have to call you back because we need to. These people, they most of them retired, but they have to go home and take a nap. So yeah.
We're all in the same ballpark.
So, Coach. Okay, Coach. Now, next time we're gonna Zoom with you. I want you to make a presentation on Zoom. So Vaughn he's gonna call you and show you how to hook it up.
Yeah, sure, certainly, be my pleasure.
Okay, Coach. Do you remember when you and Dr. Humphreys and Charlie Reed, the athletic director, was discussing your contract?
Yes, I remember that.
Over at the president's house, yeah?
Yes, I certainly do remember that. I do.
Okay, Coach, I'm gonna call you back after this, and we'll talk some more. I'm gonna tell that story real quick. You reminded me of it, but thank you so much for calling. Let's have another round of applause for Coach Billy Joe.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I wish I was there with you guys. Have a good meeting, man.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right, take care.
Okay. So let me you don't mind? I want to tell this quick story. All right. That was fantastic. Coach Billy Joe. You know who Billy Joe is? You're off to a right start. Is he? Ron Joe. Oh, hadn't thought of that. I got a call from Mrs. Pettis, the president's secretary, and back in 93, I think the latter part of 93, and she said, Eddie, the president got some papers he wants you to bring down to the house. He's in contract discussions with Billy Joe. And I said, Billy Joe. So I rushed up to the president's office, got the papers, took them over to the house. And the athletic director, Charlie Reed, and president, they were all sitting there. So I gave the paper to Dr. Humphreys. And then I took a seat. And the room got quiet. So I stood back, crossed my legs, got comfortable. The president said, and I turned. He said, Eddie, you okay? I said, I'm good, Mr. President. And he said, you don't have anything else to do? And I said, I'm good. And then it dawned on me. I thought, let me get out of here real quick. So I stood up and eased out of the room. And I think Billy Joe started in 94, so that had to be the latter part of 93. I'm glad he called. Remind me of that story. All right, Selvin, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Tough crowd.
Okay, back to the updates. I think I left off on women's softball. Again, we picked the wrong time. We picked the wrong time to get into a losing streak, so it caused us not to be able to make the tournament. So our season is over. The men and women track. They participated in the track meet over in Jacksonville last weekend. They all performed well. We had several players to have their personal bests in times, and they are all ready and got the bags packed. We're on the way to Prairie View, Houston. That's where the SWAC track meet, conference track meet is being held this weekend. I talked to Coach on Monday, and Eddie, he said he was going to be here next week to give us a recap of the season and give us a recap also of the conference meet. Baseball, I don't know what it was. It must have been something in the water, but it was a tough weekend for us in softball and baseball. We started off good. It was a great game. 1-0. We lost 1-0 to Alabama State. And if you recall, when we were talking last week, Alabama State and FAMU were tied for first place. And then we talked about on the road, it'd be great to sweep, but you'd be satisfied with 2-1, but you got to have one game. Well, we didn't get that one game. We got swept. So now we are 3 games behind the league leading Alabama State Hornets. And we're going to Jackson State this weekend for a 3-game series. And hopefully we can start hitting the ball and pitching well and not commit any errors. And maybe we could do what Alabama State did to us, so we can keep pace. Now in the baseball, the top 4 teams go to the conference baseball tournament. So we're in good shape as far as making the tournament in baseball. Last but not least, closing it out, we had 47 student athletes to participate in the spring commencement athletic program that we had the other day. And they've graduated and they will be participating in the Friday evening and the 2 commencement ceremonies on Saturday. So you asked about our student athletes. They're coming, they're competing, they're winning championship rings, and they're getting their degrees. So hats off to them. We had 11 football players to graduate, 6 softball, men's track, we had 6, baseball 5, women basketball 5, volleyball 3, 2 from the golf team, and only 1 from the men's basketball team. So great work done by all of them, and we want to wish them well. One of the things that we want as alumni and as boosters, we want our athletes to have the best possible experience while they're here, while they're in school representing us, and we want them to go out, of course, with the degrees. Hopefully the experiences were great for them, and they will start contributing back to the sports that they participated in as a booster. That's what you want them to do. So thanks, everybody. Again, I appreciate all of your support. If you want to join the Rattler Boosters, and a lot of times we talk about alumni, but we got supporters out there too. Some people that our biggest supporters are some folk that never set a foot on this campus. So I want to talk to the supporters, and I want to talk to our alumni. Our FAMU RattlerBoosters.com website is where you go to join the booster organization. Now, if you're not technical savvy, you can write a check and send it to the Rattler Boosters, Inc., Post Office Box 5865, Tallahassee, Florida, 32314. And we will make sure that you would get your check and it's applied to the wherever that you decide that you want your contribution to go. Brother Hill, question? Yes, we had 2 players to sign the free agent. I think they call them UDA, undrafted players. Xavier will be going to the LA Rams, which I think is going to be a good spot for him, because if you remember, Coach KJ Black is with the Rams. So he knows Xavier, and Xavier knows him, and I'm sure that they'll make a nice transition between the 2 of them, and hopefully Xavier can prove to the world that he should have been drafted, which like we know that he should have been. And Isaiah Land, again, he's going to play for the Dallas Cowboys. And again, it won't be a stranger over there, because we know Marquise Bell is over there with the Dallas Cowboys now. So those are the two players that were signed free agent contracts. Not sure if anybody has been invited to camp yet, but there are a couple other players we got that probably deserve an opportunity to go to camp. Elephant in the room, I know. I'll go ahead and say something about it, and that is that we did have one player to go into the transfer portal, and that was Kamari Stevens. Kamari was one of the 47 players that participated in that will be participating in commencement program here this weekend. He has his degree in criminal justice. And I was telling someone this morning, I think Kamari had a great time here at FAMU. And all he's done is said, I'm putting my name in the transfer portal with an intent. He hadn't gone anywhere yet. But whatever Kamari does, we want to congratulate him for getting his degree. And he's a FAMU alumnus. So we want to make sure that we want to wish him well in wherever he goes and whatever he does. I know it would be very selfish of us to say, hey, we need you back here next year. But as Kamari has to do what's best for himself and his family. So any other questions that you might have? All right. Oh, Brother Harris. Okay. And we got Mr. Early Harris, if you all didn't hear him, granddaughter is going to be graduating in engineering, and he's going to give her, what's her name, Early? All right, that's great. And look, and since her granddaddy shouted out, my granddaughter is going to be graduating, so I'm gonna give a shout out to her. She's going to graduate at 9:00 Saturday morning, and she has a master's. She'll be getting a master's degree in social work. So hey, we're supporting the institution. All right. Oh, her name is Kaya Melanese Elias. Okay. Anybody else got Jerry? All right. Congratulations. That was Jerry Clark. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. All right. Thanks. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Jackson.
Thank you, Selvin. I don't think we should be taking up a lot of time talking about our daughters. Right? I like Barn, I want to take a moment to talk about my daughter, but I'm gonna turn it over to you. Are we ready to go? We're gonna show a quick video first. It's very short. One thing that Selvin didn't say, I think Selvin, the undrafted free agent, signed a contract for $750,000 minimum salary, so they'll make at least $750,000. I wish they had undrafted free agents when I was playing. All right, Vaughn, you got it.
On campus, I saw a young lady riding through the campus, and I'm like, oh, I've got to get me one. And so a year right before I got hired here, me and my sister took a motorcycle class, and we was like, we're gonna get out there and start riding. And then we took the class, and then that fall, I get the job. And so about a couple of years later, I was like, okay, it's time for me to get a bike. And I got a bike, and I have been riding ever since. Started the club with the 7 other members, and we've been riding ever since. Yeah, I had a great time when I was here. I played here from '98 to 2002, and being here with my teammates, it was a great experience with education and just playing wise. We was definitely a tough team, and we did well throughout the year. It was a great year, unexpected because we have such a young team. But these young ladies came in at the beginning and was really looking forward to get better. And every match that they played, it continuously got better and got better. And so when we started playing those flag matches, those young ladies, definitely put in more work to get better, and they just proved it out this season. I just got out there and started recruiting. I had 5 fifth-year seniors, so I knew early that I needed to go out there and try to find some new recruits. And I brought in 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores, and those young ladies really helped the team to be better this year. I'm just happy for the young ladies to have the opportunity to get to see their names put on selection show. For me, it doesn't really matter where we play. I'm just glad that we're getting to go play after the conference play, being that we haven't done that in a long time. So I think the girls are excited. I'm excited, and we can't wait to find out what we're playing in the region.
So we just found out right now, and we're very excited to play them. I mean, we've been preparing to play them for a long time, and we're ready with the team and the coach and everyone.
It's our first time ever competing in the NCAA, and I think that maybe some schools may think that we may be easy competition because we never played before. But my team has shown that we have a lot of talent and that we're here to win, and we have a lot of fight. So I'm excited to show what we have.
It's really excited. I'm so excited. It's the first time going. And the team, I don't know, it's a new team, so everyone is just excited. It's our first time playing together, so I think everyone is just really prepared, really excited to go for it.
That was really, really exciting because 2 years ago we were in the NIA conference and we lost in the final. So this team has made a history at FAMU, and I'm really excited for being part of the team and for being the captain of the team as well.
I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, so I grew up around Wake Forest and all the ACT schools, NC State, Chapel Hill, Duke, and always going to watch them play tennis growing up, and my older sister played tennis. So I've always dreamed of this moment, so making it to the NCAA tournament. So it's really a dream come true for me.
It's been really amazing. A lot can change over the course of 9 months. I'm still pretty young, so it's kind of crazy to take this all in, that all this is happening my freshman year, and it makes me excited for the future.
Well, just be humble, stay calm. I think we're gonna be fine. We just gotta be out there and play it out. It'll be fine. We have pretty good girls and pretty talented players on the team, and I think everyone always plays their part, and it's gonna be fine.
I think the thing about when you have a team win championships, because athletes are naturally competitive, they don't want to be left out of winning championships. So I think it's great that we had our volleyball team capture their second SWAC championship this year, and then our tennis team being able to represent the conference, and for the school to be representing in the NCAA tournament for the first time in program history. I think it's going to up the ante for all of our student athletes to want to be in that same position.
The small things. We continue to work on the small things and be prepared for whatever it is that would come to us. Again, these young ladies hate losing, and so it doesn't really matter who we're playing. They were prepared for that match.
Is Jerry still here? I think I want a motorcycle. The VP would have been here to introduce our speaker, but she was very busy and just couldn't make it. So I think you had to walk over here, right? No, you okay. Markel, where's Markel? Markel, why don't you come up and introduce our speaker? This is Markel Broussard, Special Assistant to Vice President and Director of Athletics, Tiffany. This is a good mic.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the man we all were waiting for, her last hire, Marcus Grant. He is the deputy AD, aside the AD for internal operations. And without further ado, Mr. Grant.
Good afternoon. So in speaking to some of my new coworkers, they kind of gave me insight on this meeting. And the first thing that I was told is make sure you have on the right colors. So people started throwing out, we're orange, we're orange. Well, for about the last month and a half, when I was still living in Charlotte, I just started, shopping around for green shirts. I was like, okay, I got to get some school colors. So that green shirt fits. I'm gonna get that one. Let me order this one so I can fit the part, right? So I got my green. I'm working on my orange, just so you know. It is. It's green. So to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm happy to be here. I really feel the support of the alumni. You have your facts and figures. You stay connected to longtime coaches like Coach Joel calling in. Like that kind of blows my mind that, he's connected, still connected, and, you still show him love and support. So that's a great thing. The university is only as strong as its supporters. And I really feel the support that you guys bring to Florida A&M. So give yourself a round of applause. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I come to you from the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association, better known as the CIAA Conference. We're best known for our basketball tournament, which happens at the end of February, 1st of March. But in addition to basketball, we also have 14 other sports. So at one time or another, I was either the primary or secondary administrator for all of our 14 championships. And one of Miss Sykes, AD Sykes, task that she's going to charge us with is just making sure that all of the regular season competition that Florida A&M offers has that championship look and feel. In the CIAA, we were very big on branding and a consistent look and feel for everything. We don't want one sign this way and the other sign that way. We want to have everything consistent and uniform so the alumni can feel their best, so the student athletes can see it, and then they can feel their best as well. One of the other duties that I'll be responsible with, of course, is, as you all know, when you guys attend the games, you see that side of it. But of course, in the business of athletics, there's a 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. side of it, business operations. So one of the tasks that I'm going to be charged with is just making sure that the HR processes are consistent, uniform. Like I said, college athletics is a business. Coaches come, coaches go. A problem that you may have is when a coach starts winning, other coaches are going to seek him out and try to sway him away. That's just part and the nature of the business. But just making sure that, job descriptions and things of that nature are consistent and uniform across the board. So that's going to be one of the charges that I have. As far as what AD Sykes wants to do, it's not going to happen overnight. I like to use the baseball analogy because I did an internship with the minor league baseball team many, many years ago. Not everything can be a home run hit. Sometimes you have to take the singles and the doubles. And sometimes the pitcher even lets you on base. Well, once you get on base, it's your job to round around that bend, the home plate. So again, like I said, everything's not going to be a home run swing. Sometimes you just have to take those singles, take those doubles. Let's see. Another thing that we're going to try to do is be visible in the community. Last night we attended the reception at the Tallahassee Urban League. Had a great time with the folks over there. In my short 2 weeks here, I've met a ton of people, so I've been writing names down. I was at the Tallahassee Sports Council yesterday, talking with the people over there, and just how we can connect those people to some of the things we want to do as far as championship goes at Florida A&M. So met a lot of great people, and we got a lot of good ideas going. Giving back. So I'm probably preaching to the choir on this. Giving back today is more important than ever. As you all know, these last 2.5 years, inflation has reared its ugly head. I'm sure it's affected you all just like it's affected me. And at the same time, it's also affected higher education. Even though there has been some federal funding that kind of got us through that. But just know that your support is still needed and so important today, more now than ever. The gentleman spoke about graduating student athletes. We're here to support all of our student athletes. We're going to get their feedback with end of the year surveys. What are some of the things that we can do better? What are some of the things that we can improve on? Because our goal is to graduate those student athletes so they can be productive members of society and give back to the university and participate in the same fashion as many of you all here today. Some things that I'm going to strive to do. I may not talk much, but I consider myself a good listener. I know people like to be felt, seen, and heard. So I'm definitely going to listen. It may be something that we can't implement right at the second, but it may be something that we can implement next year, year after next. So definitely going to listen to the alumni. Give me your feedback and comments because that's what I'm here for. Let's see. And just a little bit more about myself. I spent over 22 years in the CIAA office. I was the Associate Commissioner for Governance and Compliance. Again, sports is a business, so you had to monitor what the student athletes wear because you have corporate sponsor agreements, so they have to wear certain things. And if they're wearing the wrong brands, well, they've got to be cognizant of posting pictures on Instagram and Facebook. So that's all part of it. That's not a good part of it, but all in all, that's just it just comes with the territory. I'm kind of out of that field somewhat now and more towards the internal operations. But again, I'll be assisting as needed when it comes to compliance. So I think that's pretty much it. Are there any questions?
Did you say you played minor league baseball too?
I was an intern for a minor league team. No.
Oh yeah.
I played.
I was in the minor leagues for
Okay. Well, the team at the time, I'm from Martinsville, Virginia, and it was a rookie league team, the Appalachian League, Martinsville Phillies. So Ricky Williams spent a summer there, and then Jimmy Rollins spent a summer there as well.
I know what they went through.
Right. Question.
You said you were going to give us a tiny bit of yourself. You need to give us a little more. What's your alma mater?
Oh yeah. I graduated from.
And your major and all that.
So I graduated from Winston-Salem State University. I got my bachelor's degree in sport management, in 1999. I worked also Parks and Recreation with the city of Winston-Salem. And then I sampled, Coca-Cola had a program at the time called Community Connection. So that was just the most fun job I ever had. I got to drive a big van that played live music and give out free drinks to kids during the summer, church events, vacation Bible studies, radio remotes. That was like the best summer job I ever had. Yep.
Well, I'm Dr. Neela Walker, because I know you bring to all of us. So,
Mhm.
And I'm the orange and green monitor.
Okay.
Well, what you need is now more shirts with
Right.
rappers on.
Right.
Orange and green.
I just got some yesterday.
Good.
The equipment got.
You should have worn, and that would have impressed me.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
We are happy you are here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Any more questions? Oh, I'm single, no kids. Yep. I have an older brother, an older sister. There's like a 17-year age gap between me and my sister and then my brother. Yep.
You say you're from, I never heard of your hometown.
Martinsville.
What is that here?
It's southwestern Virginia. Have you ever heard of Danville or Roanoke?
Yes, yes.
So we're an hour south of Roanoke and Salem, about an hour and a half from Blacksburg, where Virginia Tech is. Mm-hmm. And then they're most notably known for, we've got a racetrack. They had a weekend of NASCAR races about 3 weekends ago. Their race track is called a paperclip. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Question?
Yes, Marcus. I know the NCAA was in town last week.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of give us the highlights of where you're going.
Yep. Yep. So the NCAA had a 2-day visit where they conducted learning sessions for us, and we're grateful for that. Compliance is a shared responsibility. The way you're gonna make progress is to get buy-in from the entire campus community. One person can't do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective effort. So in their teachings, you know, they listened to what the current framework was, and we talked through steps to better go about how to rectify some of the issues that we've had in the past to get past those and be better and move forward. Yeah, so I think it was very productive. I know Mike walked in, he can attest to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any new ideas on fundraising?
I believe AD Sykes does have some ideas. She's still kind of getting her bearings straight, being fairly new to the position. So I think once we go through the cycle of an academic year, we can kind of see, all right, this is what's happening. We can visually be able to kind of point out and identify, okay, well, here's a sponsor opportunity. And one of my coworkers that actually worked with me at my past job, Breon Hagens, he's very big on branding and the look and feel of event. So we're gonna try to lean on him to kind of give us some ideas for things in and around the stadium, online, that we can target as far as trying to bring in sponsor revenue. Question?
Could you share basically what's the difference between internal operational functions and the external functions that you have there?
So internal really has to do with just like the day-to-day interactions with the coaches. I've got sport oversight for men's basketball, women's volleyball, and golf, and I'll actually be fortunate enough to be traveling with the women's tennis team to UGA tomorrow. So basically, it's just the inner workings and framework of the athletic department, just making sure that everybody has what they need, and everybody has the support within the rules and regulations that the NCAA sets.
Are you involved in fundraising also?
I'm sure I will be. I gave to the Day of Giving I think that was a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I'll definitely have involvement. Question.
Do you have any involvement in oversight of their academic and course progress?
So that responsibility would go more to the compliance and academic advisement team, and then I'll just kind of serve in a senior leadership capacity if I need to be pulled in on something. That's kind of like what my role is.
So, last year, we were short of compliance officers. And it's a problem.
Yep.
Yeah, we were about that issue this year. There should be a problem this year.
So based on what happened this past academic year, they've actually added quite a few support staff members, and I want to say they're looking to hire possibly one more. So the situation that happened last year, I think it kind of fell. If I'm not staying corrected, it maybe just kind of like fell on one or two people. But now there's more people, more support people in place to try to keep that from happening again.
Is your role brand new?
I'm sorry?
Is that position that you got brand new?
I believe it is. I believe it was a reorganized position. Yes.
Will you tell the audience your official title?
So yep. So I'm the deputy athletic director for internal operations and part of AD Sykes' senior leadership team.
And it was also publicized that you are second in command.
Correct.
Yes, but tell our audience.
So being second in command to AD Sykes means I'm like her number two. So I'll be her support person. Anytime she wants to bounce an idea or a thought off of me, I'm there to provide that support for her.
What about your interaction with the kickoff?
So not so much day-to-day interactions as some of the other support staff. Again, just if I needed to be pulled in from a senior level on any issues, comments, or concerns.
Let me give you a heads up, man. If you have not got pulled in already, let me just suggest look at an oversight. Just want to look into and be more proactive.
Yep.
Rather than wait to be reactive.
Right.
When AD Sykes was here about a month or so ago, one of the major concerns for many of us in this room was, I guess, the new stadium and poor seating,
Right.
poor vision, and half seats, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And my major concern that day and all last year was calling to take an office, not getting a call back, person never being available. And I just started calling every day for the hell of it. You get them to say, oh, they'll call you back, or they're not here.
Right.
Yeah. But sometimes, when you call so often, your good side says, just say thank you. But the other says, oh, give a piece of your mind. Let them know what's going on here. But no, I just want you to know that is a concern. And sometimes it's those concerns that turn folks off from giving and from being active at university. Because it's frustrating.
Right.
And at our age level, we can't afford to get frustrated.
Right.
We have heart attacks.
Right.
And so before we have a heart attack, we just stay home.
Right.
You watch it on TV.
Right.
Then you lose money. You wonder where everybody is, why they're not at the games.
Right.
And the folks who are coming to the games, a lot of good folks are people who are on comp. You're not on comp. We pay the full price every yard.
Right.
We want to give. We want to be supported. You have to help us to be supported.
Right.
And not be frustrated.
So number one, we've got an afternoon facility tour. We're going to be driving around on the golf cart, looking for areas of improvement. One of the concerns is the stadium and the seating. And we're going to look to rectify that. If not this year, then in the years ahead. And then number two, I'm sorry you had that experience. I sat on an all-day management training last week, and they really emphasized the importance of customer service and taking people's calls and responding in a timely manner. So I'm sorry that happened to you, and hope it doesn't happen again.
What he said, put more than one person in the ticket. You go up there, ain't only one person up there. 4 or 5 people can take that to work or something. Only one person up there to work.
Okay.
You need more than one person there to help you. And like I said, some singing sisters, when we come up there, we can stay up there for 30 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Like that, a comment. The ticket office is no longer on that way. University operates the ticket office. The university operates the ticket office.
But they need to do something about it.
Okay.
But see, but
It's like athletic.
yeah. But
That's the only point I'm making.
you don't need to tell them about it. Okay, sorry.
We'll share the concerns. We'll. Yeah.
I'm saying so that he can convey
Correct.
our concerns.
Correct. Correct.
That you have a collaborative relationship with the ticket office. You said
Right.
my customers come to can't support us aren't coming because you causing them a problem.
Right.
So you should share with them how they are impacting your ticket sales, how they're impacting your attendance.
Right.
That you will have greater attendance and ticket office did a better job.
Right. Yep. I definitely hear the feedback, and that will be shared.
I'm not sure if you have information, but football for the summer, are the players going to be supported this summer? I know there was an issue last year with the players not having access to meals and being supported during the summer. But we all know that football games are launched during the summer.
Correct. There's X amount of dollars that each of the teams will have access to as far as summer financial aid. So all of the coaches have been notified. They have to stay within a certain budget. So yeah, definitely there'll be several football student athletes on campus getting the required courses that they need.
Vaughn, I don't know if you're aware of this. I think the foundation gave about $300,000 for summer schools. Are you aware of that, Vaughn? I think they did. I'll check into it, but I think the summer
Okay.
looks pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, they already talked about that.
Yeah.
That they're gonna have support.
Right.
Hey, Marcus, I want you to come back. So.
Okay. I think it was one more.
Question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Will we be able to get programs in the game of, kids where they're from, stuff like that? We can kind of follow during the game.
Let me check with our sports information person to confirm. I'll let them know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can comment on that too. Football teams, college football teams, have gotten away from the hard copy programs, right, Vaughn? It's an expense that that they found that they could do better by just how they do it, Vaughn? It's just you go online, and I think you can print it. Just a roster card. And some colleges are doing the same thing. But see, that brings us back to another real problem, and that's the digital age. It's a problem because if you're not learning some of the basics of the digital technology, it's going to be difficult because it's when you can save thousands of dollars by asking you to just print it from your computer, that's what they're going to do. And so I don't know if that's going to be solved very soon. Brian and I are going to give some lectures on how to use the technology. We're working on that, try to get y'all ready. Brian, this summer we'll put that together and can do a walkthrough with them. Yeah, I can do most of the talking if you want.
Well, we gotta learn this year because when we go to the celebration bowl, there are no paper tickets. Nothing. You gotta have it on your phone.
Okay, Marcus. Thank you for coming. Be sure and come back. Okay. By the way, I talked with Dr. Allison, our new provost, and Watson, Allison Watson, and she met with the academic advisors for athletics, and she's going to bring them here. She couldn't this week because of commencement and finals, yes. But sometimes in the next couple of weeks, Dr. Watson and the academic advisors for athletics will be here to answer your questions. Yes, Ms. Hadley.
I'd like to address this to you and Marcus.
Okay.
You know, I'm following up on what Michael was saying. I'm interested in all of this other stuff, but one of our major problems is enjoying the football game. And when I buy a package, I need somebody who can answer questions. Now, we had a problem with the north end zone. Dr. Stroud came in, we didn't get too much information, but okay. Now, ticket office. If athletics has nothing to do with ticket office, we need whoever you just said to come in and listen to what's important. And when you put an advertisement out there, investing in champions, you get to brag parking, whatever. Then when you come to get your package, you have one in Bragg and one up somewhere miles up the hill. We need whoever that is to come listen. These problems might sound minor to the people at the university who don't have to worry about a park. People who are trying to save their Social Security money to buy a package, you want everything that you want answers. Because I do know some people, one young lady who's been getting 10 tickets, another 12, so they're not going to bother with it anymore because of the problem with the ticket office.
Right.
We're thinking that's who's in
Let me
charge.
just say to you, this past weekend, me going on to renew my package, I got to the landing page and I saw the package. I said, okay, I want this package. I go to purchase it, that package is not there. It didn't line up. So I know your frustration. I'm like, what is this? So I don't think I don't have a frustration, but I do have to call the athletic department. But I'm gonna find out who I need to talk to, who is administering those, because it doesn't match.
Right. I appreciate that. Somebody.
Yes, it's not.
Oh, no, I was just saying what Ms. Hadley is saying. She's requested from you, not necessarily from Lon, that you bring a speaker in to.
Yeah, I'm already working on that. Yep. Okay. Ron, we're through with the program. Okay.